All right, welcome back to another Stormgate cast. I'm Algorithmore, and this is another game from the Goblin Cluckfest 3 Tokyo Drift. This game is actually the first game out of a best of three series played out in the semi-finals. And this match has, as its two contestants playing in the red Infernal here, is Elf. And her opponent in the blue Vanguard is Percival. And this match is being played out on Broken Crown, and at the beginning of this match we see our scout units encountered in the middle of the map here. The dog getting a few bites off on this Hexen before she can rush her way home. And opting for the longer walk into the old. Now we've got some overcharged Bobs trying to get a little damage on there too, and this poor Hexen's gonna have to say, I need to get home before I lose all my health. You want to keep that Hexen alive, of course, because she is super good for creeping. Get you those skulls of Shedda that help you get some fiends early on and improve your army, add to your supply. Of course, you can keep her alive into the mid-game. She's also used for first scouting with those skulls. Lots of good reasons to keep her alive, just like this puppy dog is good to keep alive for your Vanguard players so that you can do this kind of harass. Now, I'm sure Percival knows that that Hexen is at low health and rushing in to try and maybe finish her off, but she had some impies to just help protect her, as well as sitting on that shroud to soak up that shroud skin or white health. Now we've got four little Bobs coming across the map here, and they've decided, what have they decided? Well, there's a brute there, and they don't look like they want to tangle with that, but they say, fine, we're gonna make a sentry post here. Now, can the brute DPS down the sentry post? Not when there are four different Bobs on it, and that poor Hexen goes down to the Lancer and the dog, and now they're picking on this brute. This brute's just trying to do damage to this sentry post, which is now finished and is now getting healed up, and is actually firing out against, well, this poor imp trying to mine. The brute says, hey, maybe I can block my ramp, but unfortunately did not have enough health and split into his two fiends. Luckily getting that dog, but now some imps going down. Another brute's come out to help with these Lancers, and these Lancers maybe decide, okay, oh, they're going to go for that Shroud Stone, which is good. And now they're going to try and poke at this vault, or maybe re-engage with this brute. Another sentry post going down. If needed, these Lancers can jump inside the sentry post, of course, and create a Buzzsaw Canyon. But it looks like Percival has not necessarily needed that yet, and now a Buzzsaw Cannon is out, and we're seeing some serious DPS going down on this vault. There are three brutes up here, but they're not willing to engage into this Buzzsaw Cannon, although one of these brutes seems to be saying, hey, I'm tough enough, I can take a few Buzzsaws to the face. Or maybe just trying to stay out of the range, and I think that was good positioning of those Lancers to block the spawning brute from getting up the ramp as well. And now all of these brutes have committed. We've got fiends on top of the Buzzsaw Cannon, although they get taken out pretty easy. We got one brute trying to stop that another turret from going down, and we got a summon Shroud Stone as tier 2 gets up. Their summon Shroud Stone with extra DPS is pretty good. Oh, managing to take out some of these Lancers. Really nice, really nice. Another brute out on the map. This brute's low in health. Are we going to see a manual split? No, we don't, but nonetheless, those fiends come out, start to soak up some of that Shroud skin on the Shroud as well. Looks like this Shroud Stone is going to be good enough to at least push back that one. We got still this backup sentry post here, of course, taking up some fiends, getting that extra damage down from this opening. Really aggressive opening, but this Lancer deciding, no, I'm going to back out, or changing his mind now. Not really sure. Oh, these nice blocking with those brutes, body blocking so that the Lancer could not get back inside the sentry post. These poor workers, these Bobs, trying to repair it up. I like this splitting of the brute into the fiends. The fiends do extra damage. Now a new lancer has arrived, creating another boss saw, taking what was sort of an easy sentry post to take down and turning it into another devastating damage dealer. These poor imps, they're just like, all I did is one of mine today, and I get smashed by buzzsaws right to the face. And now we've got these two brutes saying, I'm out of here too. I've had enough with buzzsaws. I'm going to split into some fiends, and we're just going to run our way across the map. It looks like that shrine going down here. The fiends saying, can I get any kind of damage back against Percival? Maybe Percival has nothing, and sure enough, what do we have up here? We've just got some bobs ready to get right up in the mineral line. Ooh, and a nice infestation, or nightfall infestation. You get the infest, that's going to spawn another fiend. If you could get that other bob, no, he said, or she, sorry, focuses on this. Oh my god, another lancer going down. These fiends are all low. Look at how low they are, but they're still standing to stay alive. This is amazing. Oh, and finally being taken out by some of those bobs. So this was pretty good harassment backed by Elf. She was able to get those fiends up there, kill a lancer, and it looked like at least one bob. Pretty good way to just sort of try and get back in this game after losing her natural to that sentry post rush. And what do we have back home? She has not opted to go for an expand again, or re-expand, and is instead put down 3 different Twilight Spires, and we have a Shadow Cleft almost done, and we know what that means. That means Spriggans are going to be coming out here. These fiends on top of the bobs, trying to take care of the bobs first, so that after the bobs are done, then she can take care of the sentry post without having to worry about their repair. Although the repair is just too much. These bobs are getting veterancy from it, and it turns out even with that one bob inside the turret, which just gives you some crazy repair, managing to stay alive. So maybe these Spriggans are the answer. Because Percival back home is on 2 bases and is building another barracks. And what do we have going down here? So we have the kinetic redirection research going down for the Lancers, and we have 4 Lancers moving across the map again, and they're going to encounter these Spriggans. Spriggans get right on top of the Lancers, and they just start. Of course, Lancers cannot shoot up, but I think, yeah, Elf makes the right decision here. I want to do economic damage with these Spriggans as opposed to just killing the army. Trying to take out the sentry post, but with a mass overcharge repair here, not being able to get enough DPS for that. These Lancers are deciding, well, let's go creep on Elf's side of the map now. Maybe we'll take out this again. Okay, we just got bobs doing the repair. Unfortunately, the bob repair is pretty good, and even though the DPS from the Spriggans is really high, the bob repair is really effective, as we can see here. Can out heal or out repair. And now we've got a flat cannon in there. Yeah, and this is pushed away the Spriggan harass, unfortunately. Now what are these Lancers doing? They've managed to clear this camp. Okay, these Spriggans going into the main now. There's a repair turret up here. Okay, overcharge going down, repair going down, but yeah, enough DPS coming out before the repair. And now we got, I think that was a nightfall infestation again going down on the bobs. Of course, they're all overcharged, so they have extra armor. Will we get a kill here? Yeah, 1 fiend coming out, although there is now a hedgehog sieged up, which is really good anti-air, to chase away those Spriggies. Okay, so we do have a mech bay and a hangar bay, and these Spriggans coming back, but yeah, that hedgehog definitely is going to be enough to chase them away. And now maybe it's time that Elf can clean up this sentry post finally, back in her natural, and get re-expanded. Look at how long these bobs survive when they're repairing each other. Certainly hard to do economic harass against the Vanguard players. As we've already seen, It's almost better often when you do get some harass units like this to just try and kill some key buildings. I like to go for supply because they're low in health. Or like we see here, going for a production building. Okay, knocking out this barracks. We don't really see a response here from Percival on that. And now instead, okay, trying to get on top of that hangar bay but being chased away by the flak cannon. And now getting into the main to try and maybe harass the Ethereum a bit, get a little lost time on the Ethereum and one Bob kill. Again, these Spriggans just out trying to do their harass while a natural base goes back up for Elf. I like this. I really like this actually. Summoning an effigy, recapturing the health camp, charging up the white health or shroud skin, as well as getting juice back up on the main health. Of course, the health camps do take a little bit while to heal you full up, the more hit points you have. So those Spriggans opting, some of them saying, okay, I'm at around 50%, 70% health, maybe that's good enough. Unfortunately, the one in the front was at low health and got hit by the flak cannon and by these Hornets. Hornets are really good. They get bonus damage against light, which Spriggans are. But we did see some Shadow Flyers go in there to take out the Hornets. One Hornet goes down. Another one going down despite the repair from the Bobs, and then the flak cannon going down as well. So this is actually really good damage coming in from these Spriggans. Now that Hedgehog down on the low ground, I don't think you want to fly over that, but maybe you do. In fact, we focus fire down the Hedgehog, focus fire down this Exo, now back onto this Hornet. These Spriggans are actually paying for themselves right now, doing a really good job. That Hornet with some veterancy and repair just staying infinitely alive. And those Spriggans finally saying, okay, we need to retreat. This time they're going to retreat to the speed camp. Once again, trying to capture these camps from Percival to sort of get the double boost of both getting the speed boost for her own units and then also denying that same speed boost from Percival's units. So those Spriggans thinking, hey, can I come back? There are some Hornets there. And again, the Hornet's quite good. So even 2 against 1 can be, or 2 against this ball, I should say, can be pretty devastating when they're right on top of those nice Bobs that are going to, of course, turn to repairing as needed if they need to. So this little strike force of Lancers moving around the map, looks like they're moving back here to recapture this. And it looks like we now have an air battle in the middle of the map. Those Hornets moving out and cleaning up the Spriggans. Only one Spriggan surviving to retreat back to the natural, where there are some Gaunts and a couple of Shadow Flyers to hopefully chase those Hornets back to their base. One Hornet going down from those Shadow Flyers, and the other 2 deciding, I got to get out of here, using that cool return to hangar ability that just zips you right home back to the hangar. Okay, we got a tech switch from Elf, who happens to have sort of restabilized her economy after that early harass, getting her second base back up. We're getting a bunch of conclaves now and a ritual chamber out. No research from the ritual chamber yet. Is that because they're done? No, nothing has been started yet. So no plague axes, no Reaper's Rush yet. We've got some Hornets rallying here on top of these Gaunts. I'll be honest, I'm not sure who wins this match. It looks like the Hornets. With the promote ability, able to sort of heal up your weak units, we see that happening there. And some good micro from Percival. We see those Gaunts unfortunately going down. We've got a Weaver as well. Weaver's becoming more and more popular in this new patch. Last patch, they were definitely underutilized. Not because they were not necessarily good units, but because they had a pathing nerf that was not a nerf intentionally. There were bugs involved that they were trying to fix, which is that the Weaver could not walk over top of other units, which with the Weaver's big, long, gangly legs, you can see it's very clearly intended to walk right on top of your army. And then with its slow movement speed in the previous patch, that just meant it sort of got stuck in places and stayed at the back of your army. It was kind of useless. There were a few Weaver enjoyers out there, but now with its new pathing, able to stand right on top of all these other units, lash units in and pull underneath it as well. It's become a very popular unit. Now, while there's creeping going on over here, these Hornets are able to, looks like get it canceled because I see a dead imp carcass there. So getting a cancel on that and killing the imp that was used. And those shadow flyers, are they gonna? Oh, get on! Oh, what? They all smashed into that one, which did manage to kill it, of course. But you want to smash into the middle of the ball, and that was a better hit, so that you can get more area of effect splash damage, and then get this debuff on all your other ones. Hopefully, able to clear them up. We now have a small army in the natural here, while these hornets were harassing. Although they got chased off by the gaunts. There's a weaver here to defend, and that's all. Weavers are pretty tanky. Nightfall Infestation, nice dodge from Percival. Deciding to run home now that Percival sees all of the army, although a nice lash ability on that Vulcan, a really high cost unit, and a second lash, being able to finish off that Vulcan. So the Weavers definitely showing why they are a popular unit now. And we got a bunch of split brutes turning into feeds, trying to get a little bit of the surround, trying to interrupt the pathing of these units, and we get a couple yanks going down, another lash on a lancer there, and another one on a hedgehog. The shield going down on the hedgehog allows it to sort of stay alive. We've got another Vulcan right there in the middle, also getting focused down. One Weaver going down now. Sort of just a slow train of reinforcements coming in from both units here. We have the stasis drone going down from the Sentinel on this Weaver, holding it in place. Now with the little micro, if you can attack that stasis drone, it doesn't have a whole bunch of hit points, and you can actually save your unit from that. Another good lash going down on this Exo. These Lancers trying to get up on top of these Gaunts, which is what they do bonus damage to. And with their speedy little kinetic redirection legs, they're running around and doing a lot of damage up in the base. That means that this army on the bottom is able to focus fire one of those Weavers down, and we see, okay, a little bit of a regroup from Elf managing to get her units all together again and pushing this aggressive force back. Percival deciding, let's regroup, go back to our base, and try again. Maybe later. Now, I think this was a good defend from Elf, not losing a lot in terms of economy or production, just trading army units with the army units of Percival. Alright, both opponents deciding, let's go back to these camps that have been refreshed. Speed camp being creeped by both of them, soaking in those speedy juices. Percival says, that's enough, I'm going to move back out on the map. Where are you going, Percival? We've got some units here, maybe trying to do a little run by sneak. Elf moving right back to her base, maybe anticipating this attack again. We got some sky mines here, I think that's what those are called. I haven't seen a lot of them in the games I've cast. Those come out of the Hornets, maybe out of a upgraded Hornet. Again, I'm not a Vanguard player, so I don't know all their upgrades and such just yet. We got a nice lash going down on a Vulcan. Another one going down, but we got a shield on that Vulcan. This Vulcan using its jump jets to get back into the back with a medtech casting its nano swarm on it, which is a nice healing for a mech unit. And these infernal units of Elf deciding I need to move back to more of the safety of my ramp where I can summon this Shroud Stone. Again, another lash being another lash. These Vulcans being pulled into the back. This is where you want them, so you can focus fire them down. Although that one Vulcan saying, fine, I'll just stand in your Ethereum line and mow down some of your imps and gods that happen to have been there. And now they're moving into the third base here and saying, let's see if I can just kill this. And Elf's units retreating back, again regrouping, trying to get enough of a force that they can get on top of this. With those medtechs in there, maybe making it so that both the mech and bio units of Percival are just a little bit more efficient with those healing. And unfortunately, that base goes down for Elf. Elf repositions to defend on her natural, and a nice yankin on that medtech, but then also a nice promote ability to keep it alive. Ooh, and those sky mines getting one detonation in on top of those Spriggans, and we've got Elf's army again trying to push this army back. But we've got a lot of Lancers out of Percival here. 3 Vulcans in the back as well as those medtech. This is a pretty nice army from Percival, and it is doing quite a bit of damage to this army from Elf, actually destroying it other than these Spriggans on top, which will be quickly cleaned up by these Hornets. Another Spriggan going out. I think the Spriggans, and that's a GG out of Elf. Thanks a lot for watching this game, and stay tuned for Game 2.